We talked a lot about Messi, not much about the result and the significance of it from a Spurs point of view. They're in trouble. No points after their opening two matches, 11-4, the bookies say, to advance. Barca and Inter, big favourites. Just a reminder of their schedule. It's head-to-head against PSV over match day 3 and 4. Then it's Inter. Then it's Barca at the Camp Nou. I suppose you could soften the blow and say, well, maybe Barca already qualified. Maybe they won't put out a full-strength side in that game. But, Robbo, from what you've seen of Spurs so far this season, have they got what it takes to get themselves out of this mess?
No, because I think they're going to have to win at least 3 games, and I'm not sure they're going to do that. They're going to beat PSV, you'd think, home and away. Then they've got to beat Inter by more goals than Inter beat them at the San Siro. So I think it's going to be a really tough ask for Spurs, and I don't think they're playing quite well enough. Harry Kane scored a great goal last night, but he's still not the player he was the last 2 or 3 years. He looks a yard off the pace at the moment. They've got injury problems. They've changed from a back 3 to a back 4 at times in the same game. There's not that energy about them when they're closing the ball down. They look vulnerable when balls are played in behind them. I think Spurs are going to be OK. I think they'll be maybe get in the top 4 in the Premier League, but I don't think they're going to get through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. They're just not good enough at the moment.
Spurs fans, I suppose, though, could argue and could say, Stevie, look, we didn't have Dele Alli, didn't have Eriksen, we were missing key players, and yet we almost got a point from Barcelona.
But you could also say we had our best goalkeeper back, our World Cup winning goalkeeper, and he was an absolute shambles. And he's gone from being one of their best and most consistent players to a guy who looks as though he's got a mistake in him. So how are you going to beat Inter or Barca with a goalkeeper who's got a mistake in him and a team that going forward don't look as threatening as they did?
So you say your money's on Barca and Inter?
My money absolutely is on Inter and Barca.
You agree, Shaq?
Yeah, I do. I just feel, well, Barca is the runaway team in this group. Inter are starting to show a kind of consistency that you expected from them for far too long. And maybe you thought Spurs had in them. Spurs showed that consistency last season. But now, between Pochettino changing formations and changing personnel and a number of players continuing to complain about their summer schedule with the World Cup, as you keep saying, you give players an excuse, 9 times out of 10 they're going to take it. I just don't feel Spurs are consistent enough. They're not playing well enough. I don't see them going through because of who else is in that group.